Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
BBC News World.
June 11, 4:35 America, New York. China warns Taiwan independence would trigger war. China's defense chief tells the U.S. that Beijing will fight against any Taiwan independence bid.
Mirror World News. June 11, 4:31 America, New York. Woman in China hunting for lost boyfriend, learns he's in Norwich with wife and kids. Rachel Waters, who was born in the U.S., reportedly took to Facebook after her boyfriend went back to the U.K. for a visit in April and didn't return to China when she expected.
Washington Post World.
June 11, 4 o'clock America, New York. Amid Ukraine war, husband and wife doctor team runs frontline hospital. Short of staff, supplies and water, and facing impending Russian attack, these doctors refuse to flee.
BBC News World.
June 11, 3:55 America, New York. Florence DJ Cuppy Otedola opens up about student life at Oxford University. We chat to Florence DJ Cuppy Otedola, daughter of billionaire Femi Otedola, about life at Oxford University.
Washington Post World.
June 11, 3:54 America, New York. Syria. Significant damage to airport from Israeli strike. Syria's transportation ministry says Israel's attack that struck Damascus International Airport has caused significant damage to infrastructure and rendered the main runway unserviceable. Mirror World News.
June 11, 3:39 America, New York. Man's mystery mountain death finally solved as boot is discovered 50 years later. Famous alpinist Reinhold Messner claims the boot puts to rest any rumors he left his brother to die on the harsh slopes of Naga Parbat in Pakistan.
Washington Post World.
June 11, 3:18 America, New York. War guilt and last kisses. A deceptive, uneasy calm for Kyiv. With war raging on fronts to the east and south, the summer of 2022 is proving bitter for the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv. New York Times World News.
June 11, 3 o'clock America, New York. Biden races to expand coalition against Russia but meets resistance. Many Asian, African and Latin American nations are maintaining ties with Russia as the United States tries to isolate President Vladimir V. Putin and end the war in Ukraine. President Biden and President Jair Bolsonaro of Brazil met on Thursday in Los Angeles.
RT World News.
June 11, 1:40 America, New York. Mystery plane eluded air defenses of 6 NATO states. The unidentified aircraft managed to fly over several European nations without approval before its crew vanished without a trace.
Fox World News.
June 11, 1:15 America, New York. Ukraine war. Mariupol officials fear cholera outbreak from infected water supply could kill thousands. Officials in Mariupol, Ukraine fear an outbreak of cholera and other diseases could kill thousands of residents who remain in the city, despite it falling under Russian control.
Mirror World News.
June 11, 0:33 America, New York. Irish tourist drowns during Menorca holiday while swimming in the sea. Attempts to revive the unnamed 69-year-old holidaymaker were unsuccessful and he was pronounced dead at the scene as a third drowning of the week hit the Balearic Island. BBC News World.
June 11, 0:07 America, New York. Bolivia. Former President Janine Áñez sentenced over coup. Janine Áñez is sentenced to 10 years in jail in a case she says is politically motivated.
Wall Street Journal World News.
June 11, 0:01 America, New York. What do Chinese consumers want? Walmart can't figure it out. The hypermarket model is losing ground, local rivals do better on fast delivery, and geopolitics gives the company headaches. Then there's the red dates problem.
New York Times World News.
June 10, 2302 America, New York. Reforms are imposed on UN agency that made questionable investments. After a New York Times report revealed unusual investments putting tens of millions of dollars at risk, the board of the UN's Office for Project Services demanded major changes. Greta Faremo, left, and Vitaly Vanshelboim, center, at a 2016 event with Dominica's ambassador to the United Nations.
New York Times World News.
June 10, 2209 America, New York. Janine Áñez, former Bolivian president, sentenced to 10 years in prison. The trial of Janine Áñez, who took power after Evo Morales was ousted, has led to concerns about politicians' use of the justice system to target opponents. Janine Áñez, Center, assumed the presidency of Bolivia in 2019 after the ouster of Evo Morales.